InnaStar Trailblazer Awards is a prestigious event recognizing excellence in the arts, community, filmmaking, and music.
You know what? Just for me, greatness, creativity, inspiration. There have been people who have been in the industry for years and decades and who have not gotten the recognition and who have not gotten their flowers. For me, I'm just trying to fill a void and bridge the gap.
Yeah, baby! Yeah!
If you've been voting for people in acting, filmmaking, performance, media, beauty, and fashion, this is the award show you were voting for.
Okay, all right.
Welcome to the InnaStar Trailblazer Talent Spotlight. Look, this is one of my favorite time of the year where we get to really go behind the scene with a lot of our trailblazers right here in our community and the surrounding diaspora that's doing amazing things in the industry, whether it's art, community leadership. And we're talking from musical performers to literary artists to dancers, visual arts, acting, filmmaker, videographer, media, fashion, beauty, even our young creatives and community leaders, you name it. We just want to shine a spotlight and we just want to be able to award and acknowledge and say, look, we see you, we recognize you, we salute you. We thank you for everything that you're doing and everything that you're about to do and everything that you have done to be where you are, and everything that you've done have contributed in some way, shape, or form for our community, for generations, and also generations to come. So I thank you for your obedience. And I thank you also for being a part of this InnaStar movement, for being on this journey with us. This person, amazing queen, who I would love to spotlight, this amazing trailblazer. She's making noise, y'all. Like Canada, yeah, I just love her spirit. I love her energy. You know how you meet some people and they just beautiful inside and out, and just have a heart of gold and just have a heart to serve. And she's one of those people, like, you know, we're like, where she can just see things that's wrong, and she's just like a fixer. She's like a connector. Like, she can read me in 0.5 seconds, like, just saying, this is what you're doing wrong, blah 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 blah. And I'm like, okay, all right, I'm gonna do better. I'm gonna fix it. I'm okay. I see what you're saying. So she's like so dear to my heart. Give it up, you guys, for no other than this amazing trailblazer, Jevatee.
Yeah, I'm gonna get you to introduce me all the time.
How are you, my love?
I am wonderful, wonderful. I just want to say, I just going to have a little fangirl moment with you. And I'm just so proud of all that you're doing and all that you pour into the community and that all that you share of yourself. So thank you for, you are the true trailblazer, and we get the opportunity to follow in your wonderful footsteps. So thank you for all that you're doing. We love you. We appreciate you. I know this was supposed to be about me, but I just want to make sure that you get your flowers as well, because I know that it's not easy being in the spotlight, but we sure appreciate that you're doing it. So thank you.
I appreciate that. I love and appreciate you. And thank you for being on this journey with me. Thank you for being a sister friend that can just say, hey, Jacinth, this is what you're doing. When she talks, I listen. You know, when Jevatee talks, you listen. Okay. She's one of those persons, she don't talk much, but when she talks, it's like, hello. Okay, I got my pen and paper. Okay, what I say?
You're so sweet. You're so sweet. And I love that you're obedient to your gift. And so thank you for saying yes and being obedient to your gift. Your gift is rewarding for us, and I know that it's rewarding for you as well. So thank you.
Thank you, Jevatee. You know, I know you, and I know a lot of people know you, but for those of us who would like to know more about Jevatee, who is Jevatee? And you are starting a new journey, a new movement that we would love to shed light on tonight. Not only are you a new recording artist, but you're also creating this new Kwanzaa movement. And I don't know if you guys had a chance to smell her candles or purchase her candles, but amazing. I just love what you're doing. But just tell us a little bit about who is Jevatee and your journey as a trailblazer and what got you into becoming an artist.
Okay, well, um, I will tell you that if you want to know my credentials, go on Google and look me up. But I'm going to tell you a little bit about who is in what's my heart.
Yeah.
I'm Jevatee, and if you're looking for me online, you're going to see me as Jevatee. I'm going to tell you the story how I always I was named Jevatee. That's why my name has an A on the end, but the E, I just wanted something that sounded a little bit sing-songy. So I chose a new name. My mom agreed with it, and and there we are. I have the opportunity to share my gifts. I love community. I love friendship. I love just finding out more information. I'm a great friend because I know that friendship is so important. And I just want people to be the best that they can be. And so, who am I? I'm the person that is looking for the silver lining in the cloud, who's telling you your glass is half full, who's
Mm,
telling you to release things that are no longer providing you value. I'm that person. And so
yeah.
I just want you to live your life the best you can live. And if I can help you with some of those tools and tips, then we're all better off because of it.
I love, love, love that. And Jevatee, what made you start this journey and wanting to empower your community and just people in general on the Kwanzaa movement? And then you have a whole branding behind it, from music to candles to like just, I love it. I love the branding. Whoever did your branding did an amazing job.
Well, she will be very happy to hear that. My goal is that there's so many people working in the community that are doing amazing things, and
Yeah.
I want to be able to partner and uplift them to do amazing things. And so I started Kwanzaa because I wanted community. I wanted people like a something that we could get behind and grow together. So I started the Celebrating Kwanzaa. And the expectation was that I was going to do a celebrating Kwanzaa and it was going to be the week. And then I was going to like turn it back off and turn it back on like coming next year. And it's grown where I've learned more about Kwanzaa and more about and how it's helped me to grow personally as well as professionally. And then I was like, I think other people could benefit from this. And so I started talking to some of my friends that were creative. So last year I did the ABCs of Kwanzaa. And that was the first time that I had committed to doing a social media post every single day for 26 days. And
Wow.
so let me just tell you, that's very difficult for someone who posts maybe like once a week typically. And so I'm like posting 26 days straight, which is almost like that once a week. That's like a year of posting for me. And so I reached out to one of my friends who does social media content. I'm like, I got to record these videos, and they came over and they coached me and they helped me to like feel comfortable in front of the camera. And then I got, like the first one was a little awkward, like, oh my gosh, this is horrible. And then as you got through, like as I got like close to the end, and I was like, okay, what do each one of these things stand for? And
Mhm.
it got a little bit easier. And so that helped me with my other business to feel comfortable in front of the camera and be able to do social media. And so I was able to take something that, as like it's a hobby. If you don't make any money in something, it is a hobby. No matter how much you think it's a business, it's still a hobby. So Kwanzaa was my hobby. And I was able to take that skill so that I could take it into my professional endeavors. And so that was huge. And so then I thought, okay, if I can do this, what can other people do? And so I started asking questions about, what do you know about Kwanzaa? What do you like? How come you don't celebrate? And I got the feedback that people were like, well, we don't really know what to do. And then and then I got this crazy feedback where people were like, you know how every celebration has a theme song or has a song? And I was like, yeah. And they were like, what are the Kwanzaa songs? And I was like, oh. And I was like, like I thought, well, they don't exist. So then I reached out to some of my creatives, people who write songs. That's their, like
Mhm.
that's their bread and butter. And they were like, we don't know enough about Kwanzaa to write a song. And I said,
Mm.
oh, so I was like, okay. So I'm like, how like you're in a rock and a hard place, and you're like, well, how do
Yeah.
I solve this problem?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so I actually, like I was already journaling, I was already writing. So so writing wasn't foreign to me. It was like making it a song was the crazy part. And so like I just jumped in and did it because
Mhm.
I realized that when you are celebrating, you want music.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, like it's such a common thing. Like you think about it, every celebration you go to has music. And so
Mhm.
I wanted music. And so I went into the studio. Can you imagine someone who's never been into the studio, like walking into the studio saying, okay, now what do we do now that I'm here? What do we do?
Right.
So
I
so
love that, and I definitely want us to ranch on that as well. And great, amazing, amazing logo for
yes,
that. I love, love, love. I don't know if
yeah.
you want to
So
shout out the person who did your logo.
yes. So the great thing about like working with local artists is that I actually went to high school with a creative, and so she does she well, her name is Kimmy Houchins, and so she actually does this like creative work and branding and marketing, and so her brand name is Zuri Digitals. I'm thinking I'm saying that correctly, and so we came up with the concept is because I thought that we wanted something that looked like artwork. And so with the
Mhm.
candles, you get an insert so that you can actually frame this, frame the logo. So one side has this picture on it, and the other side has the seven principles. And
Mhm.
so I thought that this was a great way to bring in African inspired artwork into people's homes because a
I
lot
love
of people just don't know where to start. And
right,
so I
right. I
wanted the candle to be artistic as well as symbolic.
love that. Queen of Kwanzaa, yes. And
Yes,
also
I
you
mean, like,
guys,
you'll laugh at that. So I decided to be the Queen of Kwanzaa because the title was available.
and it's catchy. I love it. Yes, because outside of you, I don't know anybody really pushing Kwanzaa like that.
Yeah, so
So
since the title was
yeah,
available, I was like, I'm gonna take the throne until somebody tells me I can't have
I
the
love
throne.
that part. That's it. That's it. I
So,
love
so
that.
I'm gonna encourage anybody who's out there. If you want to take the throne until somebody says, "Oh, I'm gonna try to like take you off the throne," but then you could say, "Nope, you can't take me off because I am the queen." So,
Exactly. And also from the website too, which I'm gonna share. You guys can
yeah,
order the candle, beautiful candle. But
yeah.
also, let me see here. Make sure you can see it, right? Yeah, with the website.
Yes, yes. So
Yeah.
see how I'm like so excited about this website. It's just so beautiful. Like
Yeah.
it turned out so well. The reason we say make Kwanzaa part of your everyday life with the Kwanzaa candle is because it's really like the principles are ways to live. I call Kwanzaa your 7 day self-help program. It's 7 days that you can actually put your like put yourself first and really
Yeah.
focus. Like, like if you listen to Light a Candle, which is
Which we're
like
gonna
so fun.
connect.
If you listen to Light a Candle, like you'll see that my favorite word is Kujikajalia. I just like saying it. And then once you dig into what Kujikajalia means, it means self-empowerment, self-awareness, being true to yourself. Like how can
Mm.
that not be your favorite word?
Right, right, right. I love this.
Yeah, so it's information out there as well as just to create awareness. And so we're going to be adding. We've done a what I like to call my little Kwanzaa magazine, and so we will be adding that so that people will be able to receive that. It's going to be an e-magazine so that you can actually follow along, because people ask me that specific question: how do you celebrate Kwanzaa? And then I like to tell them, you celebrate it by creating your own Kwanzaa experience. So maybe it's playing music and figuring out who you are and what you want to be. Maybe it's like supporting a Black owned business. Maybe it's going to a museum. It can
Mm.
be so many things. And so celebrating Kwanzaa is not about a huge celebration. It's about, like I said, a personal self help experience.
Wow, I love that. I love that.
So,
Amazing.
oh, and dancing to
Yeah.
cool music too.
Yeah, I definitely want to share the music real quick. Let me see here. But I love the education. I love, like you said, the movement behind it, and it's transformative. Like it's bigger than just this thing that happened once a year. No, it's transformative. And then Miss Artiste, first of all, Miss Recording Artiste, music extraordinaire. Like we're just going to listen to a little sample real quick before we close out. But you guys gotta groove with us because I love this song.
Yes.
Been in the game since '66. Wanna know what
Wanna know
and how I
and
did it?
how I did it?
7 days of
7 days
power
of
was
power
created.
was
Should I
created.
tell you
Should I
now
tell you
or
now
save it for
or
later?
save it for
Light a
later?
candle.
Light a 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 candle.
Candles are lit at the
Candles
end of
are
the
lit at
year.
the end of
The end
the
is
year.
only
The
the
end is only
beginning,
the
my
beginning,
dear. The
my
day after
dear. The
Christmas
day
is
after
when we commence. A week is all it took, so stop the pretense. Light a candle. Set the world aglow. Light a candle. Let them all know. Light a candle. Set the world ablaze. Light a candle. You know the ways. Light a candle. Set the world aglow. Light a candle. Let them all know. Light a candle. Set the world ablaze. Light a candle. You know the ways. Candle. Light it. Light it. Light it. Did I tell you my favorite word? Kuji Kajalia, because it's all near. I define myself because I'm a believer in my culture and my legacy is all defined. Some could say I'm right on time. Unity is growing my legacy. Purpose is a tribute to ancestry. Faith is a belief in my creativity. Collectively working to promote prosperity. Light a candle, set the world aglow. Light a candle, let them all know. Light a candle, set the world ablaze. Light a candle, you know the way. Roll call, Imani, Kuamba, Nia, Ujama, Ujima, Umoja, and my favorite word, Kuji Kajalia, because it's all Nia, because I'm a believer. I hope you celebrate Kwanzaa all year. Light it, light it, light it, light a candle, light a candle.
I love. That is amazing. It's
Love
so
it. Yes. Yes. So yeah. So
Thank
imagine being in the studio and being like, okay, that's me. That's me. I see you, Jevatee. I see you.
Exactly. Listen, you better hail up yourself. And yes, you did that.
Yeah.
That's an amazing song. I love what you're doing, but I love also the branding and the music and the candle with it. You're definitely a trailblazer. Thank you so much for just you're being a light. And before, and I'll put your email to where someone can reach you if they want to. You guys go on the website. I did share the website with you guys, so you have the website. You have no excuses. Go on there. You can order purchase the song and the candle from there, and also learn all about Kwanzaa if you want to be enlightened and want to learn more about it. She breaks it down so profound, so detailed. But any last words that you can give to anyone on this journey, whatever is placed on your heart to share, any words of encouragement, empowerment?
Well, the first thing is you have to just start. Like all of this is from a first step, and it's scary, but you do it anyway. So
Yeah.
I'm not saying that you're trying to get to like, am I going to be the next Beyonce? Who knows? But I know that I can take the next step and the next step. And then eventually I'm going to be somewhere where I didn't even imagine that I would be. So if you are thinking about it, I would say
Yeah.
do it. And then the other thing is that do it scared, but also find your people. Like find your creatives that are going to say, sure, you
Yeah.
should try that. And it's
Mm-hmm.
okay if it doesn't work out. Like if Light a Candle hadn't been great, it has still been fun. Like I'm still having
Yeah.
fun. And so that's the great thing. So the other thing is just to let you know there are a total of 3 songs. So they are on YouTube if you're looking for them. And I just hope that people will embrace it, add it to their playlist, and just begin a movement. Because in my head, I'm going to have a million people celebrating Kwanzaa with me. So I hope that you are one of those people.
Absolutely. I love that. Thank you so much, Jevatee. Again, if you guys want to reach out to her as well. And also she's Googleable, Google her. She does so much outside of her
Yes,
artistry, but we're not going to get into that because that's a whole nother conversation.
it's a
But
whole
you
other
know,
conversation. So
yeah, just make sure you connect with her and learn more about her journey. Thank you
yes.
so much again, Jevatee, for coming on here, for sharing your lighting candle.
Yeah,
Hey, I love
let it
it. I love
candle.
it.
So I will see you on
I
I
will
will see
see
you
you
on
soon.
Saturday. Please,
Yes,
please,
next
please
week.
stop by. And I am still in that same category of like, what am I wearing on Saturday? So I can't wait to see all the
Yeah,
greatness that is going to be there. And I can't wait to take lots and lots of pictures and to
yeah,
celebrate the fabulousness, is that a word, of InnaStar and the greatness that it is. So yeah,
you.
so we're gonna light a candle because the stars are bright.
Yes, thank you so much. And I will see you soon, my love.
Thank
All right.
you. Thanks for having me. Have a good day.
Bye bye. You too.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Light a candle. Light a candle. Thank you so much, Jevatee. Shout out to Jevatee one more time. She is so awesome. Awesome sauce. But moving along, we have more trailblazers coming up that we're going to spotlight and just shed light on their greatness, where they've been, where they are now, and what they have coming up. Stay tuned. You don't want to miss it. Okay, right. So I'm back. Okay, so the next trailblazer that I have the privilege and just I'm just excited to bring her to the stage and to spotlight her journey. You might, if you don't know her, something is wrong because she is doing some amazing things in the community. She is a mover and a shaker, and she does this for real. She does this for real, and I've seen her. I've witnessed her great work in the community with the youths. And I'm just gonna shut up and I'm just gonna bring no other to the stage than Ello. Do it for the youth. How are you, my love?
Hey, everybody. Ella was in the building.
Ello was
Thank
in
you
the
so much,
building.
sis. Ella's in the building. Yeah. Now, thank you so much for having me, everyone. Thank you so much for this. Is an
Absolutely.
honor to be here. Thank you, Jasem. Thank you, InnaStar. I mean, it is amazing. It's so overwhelming. I mean, I'm still kind of in shock. So bear with me with all the excitement.
No, you're doing an amazing job. And this is just, a little nudge to say, we see you, we thank you, we appreciate what you're doing, and it does not go unnoticed.
And just know that, and I don't do that for that. I do it because of the strength of, I'm experienced in that type of nature. I'm experienced of the lifestyle. I'm experienced in understanding what people feel like, because my mother was a mother of 5. So, and that's a struggle when it comes to a single mother that is just doing her thing and want to be a part of everything that her children are involved in. And it's tough. It's tough. So that's why, a helping hand, filling in those gaps, just to have every child to have an experience. That's the goal. That's the goal. We don't want no missing parts. No missing parts.
No child gets left behind. I
That is
love that.
correct. Yes. No child gets left behind due to financial hardships, because sometimes it's always about the money. I couldn't do it because I couldn't afford it. I couldn't do it because I had no money to get there. I couldn't do it because I had to worry. I have to make sure that I had enough money to last me the week or the month for groceries and things like that. But that's a chance that now we got to decide: is it my child's future
Yeah.
or food for the table? And it's hard because you want to do both. You want to
Mhm.
do both. You want to give the best life that your child can ever have, but you want to make sure that you always have food on the table as well. And that it becomes a struggle because now the child is missing out on certain the years that they could have experienced and had been skilled to advance whatever it is they want to do with their lives. But there's
Yeah.
always time. There's always a chance. There's always opportunities. And that's why these doors are opening. So we can help each other and bring that
Yeah.
unity and that everyone wants to we help each other. Like the same way why do we have to come together when it comes to tragedy? Why not come together when it's just livelihood, like just life on life, like
Whole
you know
bar.
what I'm saying? So it's amazing to still to have that platform or to have that resource to bring those tools to those that need it.
And just let us know just a little bit about you and like what made you start Do It for the Youth.
So Do It for the Youth started 3 years ago. I was a regular football mom, again, but still with the lifestyle that I know, understand about struggling. I understand about. I lived in the projects all my life, and so I know what it was like to share 2 bedrooms and to sleep in bunk beds and have to share everything. But one thing really stood out, and it was a child that came up to me that didn't know me from a hole in the wall, asking me for a ride home. It's 8 o'clock at night. We're at Percy Root Park, where there was no lights. And everyone that knows that you are at Central Catholic Mini Vikings, there were no lights. So we're playing in the dark. Sometimes we'll use our car lights to brighten up the field. And for this child to live all the way by Tillman, you know, how would I feel having this child walk all the way from Percy Rue to Tillman, all because he wants to pursue what he loves? That's all I saw. I saw that he wants to pursue what he loves and he's doing whatever it takes to get there. And
Yeah.
that's something I was like, you know what? I want to help you in that. And as long as I communicated with the family, we came into a common ground where I'll pick him up, I'll drop him off. There's no worries. I have this mother instinct. So your child will be fed, your child will be watered, So it's just like that naturing thing of me. And it developed to be another child, then another child. And it just like, I was like, okay, we got to take this seriously then. We got to do something about this. And then the stories from families that say, I wish all my children could be involved in this. I wish when mothers that are working and that are in school or working 2 jobs, I can't take my child because I have to go to my other job. I can't take my child because I don't have no way to get there. I wish my child could get into that. Those questions, those concerns were being brought up. And I know what it was like because my mother was with 5 kids. She couldn't go into all of our shows. She couldn't attend to all of our things. And so I know that feeling when you're looking out in the crowd or you're looking out in the audience or you're looking out somewhere and you're looking for somebody to shoot love for you, like to shout you out, to encourage you to continue. And that takes a toll into a child's life. I mean, in the full experience, I wish my mother was there in half of the shows that I was in the bands, I was in the step team, I was in the debate team, I was in the gospel choir. So it's like for my mom not to be able to get to my show because either it was too far. My mom didn't drive. She lives in New York. Bronx, New York, in the project, Jane Addams projects. So it's like I know the feeling of what it's like to have that piece missing. And if my presence can be there to brighten up your day, just being there, just getting you there was the impact. Because why? He knew he or she wasn't gonna get there regardless, because the mother didn't drive, or the mother was too far, the mother didn't have time, the mother or father, because it's either or. You have some kids that are with their father, some kids are with both parents, some kids are with grandmas, some kids are with aunties, they're not even with their parents. And then what makes it even more inspiring why I have this program, that now we're getting anti-cultural kids, like kids that are coming from Guatemala, kids that are coming from Dominican Republic, that they're new into the States. They need to know all these information and they need more guidance. So to have this program now in the place that is in the position that it's in, I can give that helping hand. And I want to continue to give that helping hand. But that moments at Percy Rue, 8 o'clock at night, a child worried about how he's going to get home, that was the moment where we got to do something about this. There's too many kids that are missing out. And it also takes away from wrong place, wrong time. I want to put more kids in the courts, on the fields, and off the streets. That is the focus, to do something productive, to have an experience, because you have kids that haven't been into shows, that haven't seen concerts, that haven't. Last year, when we were at our Trailblazer Awards last year, one of my kids never felt what a suit was like. Okay, you see that boy right there? His name is Rayan Rivera, and that was his first time being into short films. It's all about the experience. You never know what you're really good at until you put your foot forward and actually go for it. It might not work out for you, but that's later on to know about that. That's later on to realize, okay, it wasn't for me, but did you finish? Did you actually go through the whole experience? Was it enough that you be like, it's not for me. It's not for me. The goal was that you completed. You are a completer. You don't stop until you finish. You don't go halfway. And that goes a long way. And what he did was continue to go to Fine Feather, a camp that he's never been in. And I have an amazing relationship with his mother. I had her daughter today in cheerleading. So there's like the relationship continues, because that's also important, so that we can have conversations, uncomfortable conversations. And that's what All Do It for the Youth is about as well. Building a bond with families, because we want to make sure that you can confide in me. Going into basketball games, right there, that was like showing love to businesses. They've never been into a basketball game. They've never experienced that. This was at the Blues and Brews barbecue. They've never been into that. Because these are kids that don't have access to transportation. They would have never went to Bernie Crum Stadium if they would have never had transportation to get there. So these are important things that are literally happening in our daily lives that kids are missing out due to not having actual access. And it's not their fault. It's not their fault. So being that person that can give that experience, that's all that matters to me. I swear to God, that's all that matters to me. That's what puts a smile on my face. It makes me sleep well at night. Now, don't get me wrong. We get some challenges. Don't listen. It's never easy. It's never an easy road. It's always trusting the process. It's literally having understanding. It's having patience. It's a whole nother language. It's a whole nother language. But I'm learning in that process as well, because as a person, as a mother as well, I have a 12-year-old. I never had a 12-year-old day in my life. So it's like to raise a 12-year-old and to experience 13-year-olds, you'd be like, ooh, it challenges you as well as a mother, because I'm like, I don't want my child to be in that direction. I don't want that child to face that. But I do use my child a lot as a face, as an example, as a role model. And he knows that. I communicate with him heavy. He was actually the youngest core member for the environmental core with Promise Neighborhoods of the Lehigh Valley. So it's like for him to get hands-on experience of what volunteer work is like, what it's like to actually spend your spare time, sacrifice your summers for something good, for those that are doing more, that need the hand more than you do. That's part of growth. That's why we want to bring that into a custom. We want to bring that into a routine that, listen, there's nothing wrong with giving your spare time and doing it for free.
Right. I love that.
It is wonderful.
Well, you are just doing so much amazing things here, just not in the valley, but just in the diaspora, because like you said, these children you never know where they're coming from, even children that's in the shelter. So shout out to you for everything that you're doing, for having a heart of gold, a heart to serve, for doing for your youth. And I just thank you. I cannot wait to celebrate you next week.
I can't wait. It's my first time on the red carpet, honey, so I'm ready.
It's gonna be fun. But any last words before you sign off, and to our audience?
Well, of course, thank you so much for everything. There's a lot more to be done. Work never ends. You can, again, together we do it for the youth. We want to give these child an experience. No child gets turned away due to financial hardships. Every child deserves to be seen, recognized, and skilled noticed. And we're here for that. So come join me. Come join me. Exactly. I appreciate you, Seth. You are amazing. Thank you so much for everything. And you are a trailblazer yourself, honey.
And if you guys want to reach out to Ello, that's her information below, ello@doitfortheyouth.org. So please reach out to her if you want to sponsor, donate. She's doing amazing things for these youth, especially trying to get them to these games, even to the InnaStar Awards. I said how you went above and beyond to make sure that they were dressed and tough and that they came out last year. So thank you for doing that. I love you and I appreciate you, and I will see you soon, honey.
Thank you so much, Giselle. Bye. Bye, guys.
Bye bye. There you have it, you guys. Shout out one more time for Ello. Amazing, amazing. She's just awesome with everything she's doing for these youths, making sure that they need for nothing, making sure they lack nothing, no child get left behind with her program, which I love. So once again, spotlighting things like this, spotlighting our trailblazers, just so you see their journey and what they're going through and what why they are getting the recognition. They've done the work. They've done the work, and the work works, right? So bringing to the stage, this person is near and dear to my heart. I have been knowing this artiste for some years, and just witnessing his journey, his greatness, his obedience to his calling, and just really trailblazing out here. And he fought against the odds, risen against adversity, the naysayers, the lack of funding, still make his project happen. I have so much respect for this man, so much respect. So give it up for no other than DP Demarco Plays.
What's up, my sis? How you doing?
I'm
How you
good.
doing?
How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you for accent.
Absolutely. Congratulations on your journey.
Thank
Congratulations
you.
in the trailblazer that you are. And I'm just honored to share the screen with you. I'm honored to even being able to spotlight your journey, for you being a part of the InnaStar Trailblazer Awards and the movement. You have been doing this on your journey from plays. You started out, your background is in plays, right?
That is correct. Yeah, I started out in 1999 is when I started.
Wow.
99, yeah. I started off with a play called The Revelations of Heaven and Hell. It was my first play ever. First play ever. Yes.
I love that. You know what? Before we jump into play, just let us know, DP, a little bit about who you are and what got you started into this, the field as an artist. Writer, director. Just so people who don't know you, because I know you, but they may not know you. Just so they know a little bit about your background and how did you get started into this venture.
Oh yeah. For starters, born and raised in the city of Chicago. Went to school by the TV show Good Times. Good Times was filmed called Cabrini Green. So I went to school in that area, but I was also raised in a public housing authority as well on the west side of Chicago. So all I seen was projects night and day. So in the midst of that, living in the projects, going to school by the projects, I had to have a way of escape because I seen crime at school. I seen crime when I got home, So for me, being able to make imaginary characters to escape my reality, man, was really my way of being. It was a birth of the creativity, and also doing writing and doing different productions. So that's how I got my start. Was trying to escape my reality in both Chicago, the west side and north side of Chicago.
Wow. So Chicago, and you started. So your first play was in 1999. You said.
Yeah, 1999. It was called Revelations of Heaven and Hell. So in this production, because in the projects, man, I just seen a lot. I seen some positive, of course. I seen more negative than positive, but I wanted something, man, to offer a lot of the people who I was able to touch via theater. And in this production, man, came up with these 10 short stories into one. And my goal was doing so through the gospel. So in doing that, man, I got my first taste of it in 99. Then I moved to Philadelphia. I want to say in 2003, I think I moved to Philly. And Philadelphia is where my ministry really just blossomed and allowed me to really just do this thing full time and really impact lives in Philly. So 99, I started in Chicago, but 2003 in Philadelphia. So I really got going.
Wait, so what got you to from Chicago though to Philly? That's a big jump.
Yeah, it's a huge jump, man. Now, what happened was it was a gentleman in Illinois. He ran for governor. His name was Paul Vallis. He had lost the race by 2%, the governor's race in Illinois. Immediately afterwards, the school district of Philadelphia had contacted him, and he moved to Philadelphia. So in doing so, I moved out there with him. Not having my job secure, just getting married, man, I was really moving off faith, man. I didn't know what was lying ahead of me. So I
Yeah.
moved to Philly, and the first thing I know I wanted to do was a talent showcase. So I had booked out the Philadelphia Art Museum. I know nothing about it. I knew nothing about Philadelphia. During that time, you had Tower Records on Broad Street, I believe it was. You had one Northeast Philly and one Northeast Philly, downtown, and it was somewhere else. It was another one, South Street. And I got me 10,000 flyers. Didn't have a cab, didn't have a staff, a crew, which is me by myself. I printed out 10,000 flyers. Booked out the Tower Records, booked out the museum, and I said, I'm going to do this showcase. And I started passing out flyers everywhere in Philly. So what happened was I had over 400 auditions scheduled between South Street Tower Records, Broad Street Tower Records, and Northeast Philly. And I didn't have a staff or crew. And I was just trusting God. He's going to send me some help. And rest assured, a week before the auditions, he sent me some help, and I was able to audition almost 400 some people for this talent showcase. I was on the Apollo night in Philadelphia, and we did that every month for like a year.
Oh, so it was just like a talent showcase type of thing?
Yes, it was like it was the concept of the Apollo, New York City, but we called it the Apollo night. And what happened in Philadelphia, New Jersey, y'all showed up, man, and I was able to run that show for 2 years, once a month at the Holiday Inn on City Avenue. It was one little spot I did. And I would just use the ballrooms and do these talent showcases, and I did that for 2 years straight. But I knew it was something more. The showcases were fun, but I wanted to do something different, man. And that's when I wrote the stage play called Philadelphia. So when I wrote, I wrote Philadelphia stage play, and my first draft of the play, I think the play was 150 pages, right? So in like play world, it's like 4 hours, right? It was the best thing, but the worst thing ever happened to me. Worst thing in regards to running time, and I had never really written a play professionally. So I did it for principals, assistant principals, counselors, because I also worked for the school district of Philadelphia. So we did it at what's the school at Broad and Spring Garden? Is that Ben Franklin? Ben Franklin, I believe. Ben Franklin High School, I believe. We did it there. All these principals came, counselors came, and they ate me alive, man, with their emails. But
Really?
it hurt my feelings that I'd never been critiqued in my plays. So it hurt my feelings in that aspect. However, the feedback they gave me was the best feedback ever. So I took that script and I chopped it down, got that boy to like 70 pages, changed a lot of scenes. And after we did that, we went on run that play for 3 years in a row in Philly. We did it every weekend except for Christmas weekend. And we did it in Philly, New Jersey. We went everywhere after those updates. And that was the best thing that ever happened for me, was to get that thing edited. NBC did a special on us twice, and the rest was history. But we did it all for free. All for free.
Wait, like no entry costs?
No entry costs. I was doing free will offerings. So at that time, I was like 24 years old. You had Chris. He was like 16. Rest in peace, Johnny. Johnny was like 16. Nelly, all these people, they were like 15, 16 years old. I had a small car, so how we would get around, it was bogus. Now that I think about it, we would jump in a U-Haul truck, man. I would have all these people with me in back of a U-Haul with a set, driving from Philly to different places in Jersey, Baltimore, DC, all the way down to Savannah, Georgia. We were just traveling. And how I was financing it was, I was doing it with my allowance my wife was giving me. It was a $150 every 2-week allowance. I would save that money up, do a play, rent a U-Haul, pay for the gas.
I'm gonna need you to say that one more time, because fellas, y'all need to take. I'm like, the fellas need to take a little lesson. You said that you were on an allowance.
Yeah, I was on an allowance, man. I gave her the whole check. She gave me $150, and what I would do, say about $450, that was enough to get a U-Haul, gas, and feed them. So most churches didn't have money, so we were just going to do the work, man. And we would drive from Philly to Baltimore, U-Haul truck, and do a play, get an offering of $150, $200, and do it again. Some churches we went to, it was only 10 people, but we were just doing it. And I went on and did that from 2004 up until I left Philadelphia, which is like 2011, man, we ran that play like crazy. And I was sowing a lot of seeds in the ground. And I wasn't, at that time, was not expecting any harvest, man. I didn't understand. I was just doing it because I was zealous and I love Jesus, man. And I seen the souls that were being baptized, the demons that were being cast out, the Holy Spirit falling upon people. And for me, that was just like, that had me amped up to just do it. And we did that for a long time. And that's when my love for theater came. And that was the best class for me because it taught me hands-on how to make mistakes on stage. I learned about lighting. I learned about sound because I was able to do those things because people didn't pay to get in. So when the lights went out, bam, hey, praise the Lord, right? We kept going, right? When the sound went out, right? But it allowed me to learn a lot of things on the technical side regarding set building, wardrobe, and those 200 some shows really just helped mold me and help me understand theater. And again, it was my best class ever.
Wow. And just fun fact for those who don't know, I met DP in Philly because I actually auditioned for one of his plays, Philadelphia.
Yes.
And we auditioned, and I know that we rehearsed a couple times, and then due to unforeseen circumstances, and this was about 8 years ago.
Yeah. Oh wow, it's been that long. Wow. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and we didn't get to finish to go do with the play. And then you brought it back to now we're cooking up, the TV series. So that's loading in the background as well. So hopefully the fun, because what people don't understand when you want to do a project, it's a lot that goes into it. Funding is a huge. That's why having the right relationship, having the right outlets and networking is so important. And you have put in years and years upon building your network, and building those relationships, and and just working with. Since Philadelphia, you have done countless of plays and toured with your plays nationwide. So I salute you. Just
Thank
amazing
you.
things, and also congratulations on the HAPA Awards. That you just won the Hollywood and African prestigious awards.
Yeah, we
HAPA
won 4 awards. Last year, won 4 awards. This year, I'll be directing an award show. I'll be directing it this year. Yeah, man, I'm so
Oh my
excited,
goodness! Wait,
man.
when is
Yeah.
it? When is it? I want to come.
It's going to be October the 27th. So October 26th, I have an event with Magic Johnson and Corey Hardrick, which I'm doing in Chicago. Jumping on a flight from Chicago and going straight to LA. And at the HAPA Awards on the 27th, which is a Sunday in Beverly Hills at the Wilshire Ebell Theater, I'll be directing the actual award show with Trey Ireland. Trey Ireland will be there with me as well. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Well, congratulations on that. That is
Thank you.
amazing. You went from winning
Oh
4
man,
awards
yes.
to making money moves and saying,
Yeah, man,
hey,
listen.
I see what y'all doing.
Relationships.
I want in. I want to be a part of this movement. I love that. And also, too, shout out to Jeremy Meeks. Love working with him. What play is this one?
Yeah, this is Her Lies Is Secrets. That's the play that I'm currently touring right now. That's him and Juice Adora. Had Carly Red in the play, Dorian Wilson, Jamal Willard, Trey Ireland, Takora Jones, Pooch Hall. And we kept rotating out. So right now, I'm cooking it up, man. So I'm in conversations with Corey Hardrick, Eva Marcel, Carl Payne, and a few other people for the next round of this. And that's Social Story from the Oval and from Bel Air. So she played the main antagonist. That's her and Jeremy Meeks. She was such, I mean, they both are amazing actors, man, and such a joy to work with. But that play was so fun. That was in North Carolina when we took those photos. And that's Her Lies and Secrets, the core class based out of Indianapolis.
I love that. I love that.
Thank you so much. Thank you. It's been
This
fun,
was
man.
so juicy. Okay, I need to know how to get on, and how to be a part of one of your. This is good.
Yes, I'm
And
gonna tell you this.
listen. I'm listening.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you this, man. All those years of sowing seeds in Philadelphia, a prophet had told me they got a harvest, right? So in doing that, man, I tell you the things that are happening to me now. I remember it was back in the day. I would really be like, man, I want to have a celebrity in my play. I want to have a special guest in my play. And I was just doing it, man. And
Yeah.
now, sis, and I tell you, my phone is constantly ringing with people
Oh my
calling,
God. Wow.
accent. Yeah. So, I got a chance this past summer to work with Leon, Lance Gross, Lorenz Tate, Christian
That's awesome.
Keys, Lisa Ray, so many countless people. But now the relationship is there. And these phone calls come in, and people want to know what's the next thing you're doing and how can they be a part of it, right? And sometimes the phone calls outweigh the opportunities, which is good. But again, I remember sowing those seeds for all those years in Philly, doing a play for free, Now,
Yes.
opportunities like the Hop Awards, right, are coming to fruition. I just got offered to maybe direct the largest budget I had so far to date for a film that's coming up, right? Getting a chance to write it and direct it, and we're shooting it, man, for a client, man. So I'm pretty excited about that. But again, sometimes we expect the harvest to come right then and there once you put the seed in. Man, these seeds right here have been growing for me for 20 some years, sis.
Wow.
And I used to have no gray back in the day, right? It was all black, right? But now it's black, is gray. However, I remember I bought my
Right.
first camera. I bought my second camera, third camera, fourth camera. I've been just building up all my
Yeah.
inventory, just saying it now. I have enough equipment over the years, not rushing in process, but trusting the
Yeah.
process of growth. Since I have enough now to literally open up a full-fledged production company when it comes
Wow.
to film, cinematography, getting ready to graduate from LA Film School, right? So I'm just been slowly walking this process, transitioning from stage to film. But people think that because they don't see you physically working, that you're not working. But I'm in school 3 to 4 days out of the week,
Wow.
working,
Virtual or in
writing.
person?
So I'm doing a lot of these are virtual like this. However, it's more tough because I'm not physically in Los Angeles, right? So they make it a little bit more tough, much more accountability. But the things I'm learning, the language I'm learning, right? And one of the things I told myself when I enrolled in a school, when it comes to me directing shows later in life and down the line, when they look at myself, Ryan Krugler, it would not be education that would separate us. We're going to both have the same educational background when it comes to cinematography. And I'm going to have also the history with me too. So I want to make sure that anytime later in life, when I'm able to go out the job of being asked to direct the production, I have the education behind me. Spike Lee got his education, John Singleton got his education, and I want to make sure me and mine, those guys, want that same thing on my resume. That way, when the opportunity presents itself, someone with education is not going to beat me for it. We run a neck to neck on that level, but also from experience, I can also speak, let my resume speak volumes from what I've done in the past.
That's it. I love that. And like you said that you did the work, then the work
Mm.
worked. You sowed seed. So yeah, you might say, hey, how he got all these people in his plays? Like all your major principles are all celebrities.
Mm.
You've done the work. Relationship building is key,
Cried,
man. The
cried
way
and
you did
broke,
the work,
cried and broke,
yeah.
cried, broke.
Doing free
Understand, I
plays.
cried a
You don't
lot.
see nobody going. Ain't nobody about to sit out here and do plays for free. Those are seed that you planted.
Mm.
So when you see somebody in their season of harvest, don't hate, appreciate. Really congratulate because you don't know what they had. They went through hell and back to
Mm-hmm.
get to where they are, and you sowed seed and you planted and you've done it effortlessly, with such grace and tenacity, and and just kept going and just fought against adversity, fought against the odds, the naysayers, the moments where you felt like giving up and still kept going. And just when I see your growth and I see that you just took off, from when I knew you with Philadelphia, and
Mm-hmm.
like you say, getting your gears and camera here and taking your time to build your studio and build your equipment stuff,
Mm-hmm.
but just to see where you are now, I'm just so so
Thank you,
grateful.
sis. Thank you,
So
sis. And I'm tell you, it's such a patient game because many you'll see after we do this film, oh my God, it happened overnight. It didn't happen overnight, just saying. It did not happen overnight, sis. You see it today.
yeah.
Understand that I fell a lot of times, just saying. I used my last money a lot of times, just saying. I was by myself a lot of times, and sometimes you have to look yourself in the mirror and be like, man, do I really want to do this? right?
Yeah.
And it'd be those moments that define you, man. That if it really those moments when you're by yourself that define you, if you really want to do this, but you have to have a set of your mind that you're gonna make it happen. You're gonna do it regardless. Yo, this been a 20-some year. It's been a 20-some year journey. It didn't
Wow.
happen after 5 years. It didn't happen after 7 years. It didn't happen after 10 years. It happened after 15 years. 20 years. That's
Wow.
some people's lifetime. Some people 21, 22 years old watching this. It happened almost your whole lifetime. And there was times where I had some
Mhm.
highs and some lows. I had more lows than I did highs.
Oh,
But I
yes.
had a vision, man. I had a plan.
Yes.
I had a plan, man. And my plan when I decided some years ago, just saying maybe about 5 years ago, that I wanted
Yeah.
to get transition to film, I told myself, I don't want to have to want for anything to shoot my
Mhm.
film. I don't want to have to call on people for their cameras, their lenses, their lights, their sounds, their drones, their jibs, their cranes. I ain't want to call nobody for nothing. And I
Yeah.
just saved. I saved. Outside of work, just saying I would dress up in my cosplay suit and be Iron Man. Like New York City, I'm the only Iron Man in the Midwest. I go to Chicago Cubs games, Cincinnati Reds games, Bears games, Packers
Yeah.
games, and I make my money. But I would have a goal. I'm gonna get this camera, get this lens, right? And I grind. When
Mhm.
nobody gave me nothing. I grind, man, grind. But after grinding, just saying, you do it for so long, investors start to notice you. And now they're calling me.
Yes.
You got any opportunities? You got any opportunities? But it was a consistency. Consistency. That is so crucial and critical, staying consistent because somebody's always watching you.
Yeah.
And
Oh
you
my.
just got to make sure you're ready when the opportunity comes. Have a
Yeah.
track record to speak for yourself. It's going to speak for
Yeah.
itself.
I love that, man. If you only know the advice, that's it right there. And
Mm,
like you said, people are willing to now call him and put their name on the line and money on the line to invest in you because you've been consistent. You have a track record that speaks for itself. You've done the work. You invested in yourself. You invested in
mm,
you sowed countless seeds.
mm.
And now, it's harvest time. So I love that.
Well,
And I even call you a couple times like, hey, I'm trying to turn my Love After movement into a
I ain't
play.
forgot.
What's
I ain't
up?
forgot. I ain't forgot.
You
Yes.
busy. I gotta get in line.
I says, I'm telling you, everything we worked on, man, I'm going to tell you this.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you this. Everything we worked on, everything we planned, we had the right plan, but the wrong time, right? But the
Yeah.
time is not far from now because now the resources are lining up. And I tell you, man, I was on the phone with Corey Hardrick earlier, and me and that brother, he not taking to me, and we taking to each other. That man loved Jesus. When I say Corey Hardrick loves Jesus, he
Wow.
loves Jesus, man. And I think that's where we connect that. Jeremy Meeks, yesterday, we prayed together, right? That man loved Jesus, man, right? And it's like the fact that they're now coming, and you see what's happening in Hollywood, right? God is saying
Yeah.
his table going to turn. It's about to turn.
It's about to
It's turning now. It's turned,
turn.
and it's time for people like me and yourself and believers who
Yeah.
love Jesus to have this opportunity, because God said that kingdom of darkness is not going to prevail and be higher than what He's doing, right? So it's
Yeah.
going to crumble. We see it crumbling right now, but we also see favor turning in our direction. Your
Yeah.
award show, right? We see things turning now because
Wow.
after a while, those things are fold. Just saying, and I'm telling you, telling you, sister, these actors are looking for Christian-based things to be
Mhm.
involved in. They want to escape that. They want out. They're not
Yeah.
seeing a lot. Okay, they done seen a lot of demonic stuff, and they want out.
Yeah.
But the thing is,
Yeah.
now when I leave this thing, is there something else out? Is there something else out there for me to get involved in? Right. So it's those things where they have a love for film and acting, but because the industry is what it is, those are only opportunities they're getting. But now it's going to change what people like me and yourself can say. Hey, I can hire you for this event, hire you for this
Mhm.
project, right? And that way they can start leaving some of these wicked sets, these wicked directors. They want out. But now we
Wow.
got to let them know what we're doing. Okay, we got to let them know
Mhm.
what we're doing because they want out.
Yes, yes, and that's why I keep, because I know this journey is not for the faint of heart. There's so many times where the average person would have gave up, and I'm
Mhm.
like, God, this is a lot. Not as much funding, having to do everything from my pocket, and then it's like times when you feel so defeated. Like you said, having to spend thousands into just investing in yourself, investing in your dreams. And yeah, there's time that you're gonna feel like giving up, but it's like these moments that where you're like, the harvest is coming, you know, and then just right before you just about to unplug and give up, is your breakthrough was right there. That phone
Mm-hmm.
call was right there. And you know,
Mm-hmm.
so the method to the madness is, man, it's really simple. Just keep on going. It just keep on going. You're looking at two people who started with nothing, self-made, who, you know, did a lot of stuff for free, planted seed, sowed seed, reap, you know, like just pouring and pouring, and did it with little to nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
then so just kept going. So I applaud you. I salute you.
Thank you.
Congratulations on everything that you're doing. And you
Thank
know,
you.
what's next? What's next? I know you said you have
Yeah.
the awards that you're gonna
Yeah.
be directing over, and that's in
Yes.
California, right?
Yeah, that's in California. So I have a production coming up here in Indianapolis. I actually have 3 shows coming here, coming Indy. I told God this year, I'm just gonna just let me do it, right? Let me just,
Mhm.
I'm gonna push myself to the max, creativity wise.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have, of course, Her Lies and Secrets. Then I have Her Lies and Secrets, the film. We're getting ready to start filming at the end of October. Then we have the Department of Corrections Women's Division. I had shot that during COVID, but we're going to finally do it live. Then I'm going to be introducing the world to my anthology of Suffering in Silence, which is going to be a stage play, but it's going to be a film as well. So that is going to be absolutely fun because it's about healing, breaking strongholds.
Yeah.
You know, it's so much, man, so much. So I'm really excited to get into that project because I knew it was something I had to do, but one of the prophets told me now God has mandated you to do it. So ain't no escaping it, right? I'm like, okay, I got to get it. So I just been writing, and
Yeah.
preparing to shoot these things. So that's really what I'm pushing forward to doing. Before we even wrote done writing the actual play itself, I have a
Yeah.
couple promoters I want to pick it up already and tour it already before we did it. I know that's the favor of God because we ain't even done. We ain't cast it. But they say, listen, DP, we want to pick it up and tour it when you're done. So I know God has his hand all on top of that. I'm just ready, sis, to just get going, continue to build my infrastructure with my team, and continue to do great things because now we got serious into event management, event coordination, of course, getting hired to do some film stuff now. And of course, my love and passion, theater. So now it's really just building the infrastructure team to make sure, one, I'm not overworked, but I'm also trusting and delegating. I'm gonna say this to every creator, man, out there. Understand the actors that are working with you are not your actors, okay? You do not own them, okay? Let's get that clear. They're there for you to work and carry out that vision for that particular project. So my advice to you is respect it for a per project basis. Don't get attached and feel that everybody's family because it's the business, right? If you don't have any opportunities, 9 times out of 10, 90% of the actors don't go into the next opportunity, okay? So don't get and feel like you are the issue when it's really just the business. They're looking for working at actors. Second thing would be don't be offended by feedback, right? When someone tell you that something you did sucked, it's okay. Your question should be, okay, how did it suck? Or give me a feedback on why you think it's what it is. Don't take it personal because if so, you're going to be ready for some of the things you'll hear in media. When people give you feedback, your family gonna give you feedback. They're gonna give you the best feedback all the time. Just saying you did great, good show, good show. A stranger gonna say, yo, just saying, that sucks, sis. Right? So look for those things because you want to see how you can look at areas of opportunity to improve. So me, I get a good job. I want to hear those feedbacks that people may say, hey, this was awful. This story was dragging slow. And I got one person saying, I'm like, okay, cool. 2 people, cool. But 4 or 5 people start saying that you need to reevaluate that thing, right? And don't be afraid to redraft your script and start over from scratch if you need to. Okay, because a lot of times we become stubborn and we think because we've written something, it's the bomb. And a lot of times you need a fresh set of eyes because a lot of people around us be like, yeah, you good. Yeah, you good. And that stranger come back and say, yo, you ain't good. So don't be afraid to start over. And also don't expect someone else to invest into you and get behind you if you're not gotten into yourself and invest into yourself. Okay. Don't expect somebody to say, hey, just saying here's $100,000 when you ain't put a time of $100,000 into your own project, but you want them to take all the risks of something you're doing. So make sure you put the time in. And people will look at time as money is time. Time is money. So again, put the time if you don't have the finance to put it in, but make sure you put time in, grow something, and stop being so thirsty to do 80,000 projects. I've been doing Philadelphia since 2003, and I'm still sticking with that baby. Right? I've been doing Her Life Secrets for 7 years, and I'm still sticking with it. Right? So don't be afraid to just get that one thing and perfect it. It may be old to some people that's seen it before, but remember, you got all these other states, all these other countries that they've never seen it. And it's going to be new to these people. So bump the people that's around you that's seen it. And, oh, you doing that again? Yeah, I'm doing it again. Right? Grow that baby. Grow it. Grow the baby. Let it mature. And then it'd be ready to get some legs and walk and do some other things. But don't let no one persuade you that your work is old, because a lot of people have not seen that work, and they want to. Other people want to see it in other places and cities. So again, grow that thing you have. Write that song, sing it, because everybody ain't heard that song, right? It's old to us because we family and friends, but to the people who live across town in another city, they never heard that thing. So keep on singing it, keep on writing it. Okay. Don't be so thirsty to jump off and leave all these newborn babies just off life support. We got to feed them. We got to nurture them. We got to change diapers, right? We got to let them grow. We got to let them grow.
Oh man, and don't birth prematurely too. And not everybody deserves to be in your birthing room. You know, be careful who you allow to be your midwife. Not everybody is equipped or mandated or designed or divinely orchestrated to be in that birthing room. Be careful who you share that birthing experience with, because there's some people you can prematurely, abort your baby, and having the wrong energy around the wrong people around you. You don't know, people carry energy. Demonic forces can actually cause you to abort as well. Having the wrong people, the wrong company, just being around people who are just not, that are not, what's the word? They're not orchestra. They're not purposed to be on your journey with you. And you just got to use discernment to see, is this person tied to your purpose? Is this person tied to your vision? So I love that. Thank you for sharing.
You got to make sure people are adding. You got to make sure people are adding value to your life. You got a bunch of people sucking off you. That's not good. If they not adding value to your life, you need to reevaluate your circle. Also, directors. You cannot be the smartest person in the room. Right. Okay, you cannot be the smartest person in the room, because if not, your circle ain't helping you grow. They should challenge you. They should inspire you, but you should not be the smartest person in the room, and stop acting like you are. Okay, because that way, if you do that, people are afraid to help you, and you got yourself in one vision and one thing, and it's just so tunnel vision. And last thing I want to leave you on just saying is the power of no. You actors. Don't jump in every project that come your way. I'm gonna say it again. They're gonna get tired of seeing you in 20 movies. Okay? Use time to go back to class and perfect your craft. Learn new techniques, learn new strategies, right? But don't be working so much to the point you're not taking time to educate yourself and grow, because you can burn yourself out, and to the point I see you doing the same role, the same thing all the time, and there's no growth for your performance. So do a few shows, do a few things, but take classes, do workshops. That way the next time we see you, we're like, man, that person's snapping because they've been taking a class, and we see the growth. But use time to grow and mature your gift versus always just on a run. I see a lot of people on a run all the time. I'm like, yo, relax, grow. Evaluate your last film and see what you did wrong. What can I have done better, right? And then work at that thing and become better and diversify yourself.
Yeah,
that's it for me, sis.
The big one. I know that's definitely a word for me too, because I know for me as an artist, I think it's just a norm to be like, next, what's next, the next booking, the next gig, the next this. And God had to really get with me on that. It's like, be present. When you're so worried about next and worried about tomorrow, no, let tomorrow worry about itself. Be present, sit in a place of gratitude, see what did you learn, what you can do better. And sometimes it's hard because we're wired to like just moving next. but just really taking that time to be intentional about being still, having that moment. Because how do you hear from the creator? How do you
Mhm.
download if you're not being still? How do you know what to do, how to hear, how to, like, so being still and pacing
Yes,
yourself, not being such a rush, and you're in a rush
yes.
to go nowhere. I call it the hamster on the wheel syndrome.
Mm.
You
Come on with
just
it.
go, and you 2 years later, you're back in the
Yeah.
same place. It's like
Yes,
you didn't get
yes.
the work.
And I know that note you're saying. I just want you to think about how long Chadwick Boseman was in training before the world finally seen Chadwick. He was in school getting it. And we finally dropped Jackie Robinson, Black Panther. He just hit it. Thurgood Marshall, right? But Chadwick was training for a long time before the
Wow.
world seen him. And once he
Wow.
seen him, we was like, yo, this dude can do everything. James Brown, like the dude James Brown alone was just nuts,
He
right?
bought the role.
The dance and the talk. And you got to think about again the training, but again, he said, I'm gonna stay in school and learn this stuff. And when I hit the scene, I'm hitting the scene. And we ain't seen
Yeah.
nothing like that dude. We ain't seen nothing like him since.
Wow. Wow.
Training, I'm telling you, man, that training is, man, people underestimate that thing. That training would set you up for your next gig to the point your phone ringing like, yo, that boy that did James Brown. We need it from Jackie Robinson. We need Jackie Robinson for Thurgood Marshall. We need Thurgood Marshall for Black Panther, right? Phone
Wow.
just kept ringing after that. But again, that boy was in school getting it for a
Gosh.
long time. I think what late 30s or something like that. So he started in game late, but my thing was he was working for a long time in school, getting ready for it. I'm
Word.
telling you, man, that time you put in grinding, learning, perfecting that craft, man, it'll show. And you won't have to be auditioning no more because then we calling you like just saying go to roll. Just saying they go to roll, they go to roll. You ain't audition no more. They calling you like, can you
Go
please
for
do this role? There you go.
I
That's where
love
you want
that.
to be. That's where you want to be. Yeah.
But DP, thank you. I can sit here. Like I see why I like talking. You can literally sit here and talk to you for hours because you have so much gems, so much like juice. You got the juice, DP. You got the juice.
My sister, thank you, thank you,
So,
thank you,
just
thank you.
like so much, just soaking it all up because what you're hearing, you guys, is just like years and decades of knowledge and life experience and lessons and blessings that his journey. You need to do like workshops and stuff. Like I think I mean, you do it. I know you've done workshop, but you definitely
Yeah.
offer more because I know a lot of people watching this are going to be like, I want to work with him. How do I learn more? He's so educated, he's so experienced, and you definitely can help a lot of people on the journey. Thank you. Thank you
Thank
for
you,
being
Princess. Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me. We'll do a sit down. Like when I'm in town and we got some
on.
time. Let's do a sit down. Sit down. I want to
Yeah.
talk to you. Talk to you. Okay.
I would love that. I would love that. Thank you so much again,
You got
DP.
my
Any
sister. Yeah.
final words? I know I'm like everything he said was just so much gem. But any last words that you want to leave?
No, I just want to pray for the people real quick. If I may do that.
Absolutely.
All right. Most gracious God, in the name of Jesus. Oh Lord, I thank you, Lord, for this opportunity, oh God. And I ask, Lord, you would reach through this podcast, Lord, reach through this interview, oh God, and just touch some people, Lord, and inspire them, oh God. Where they have put down that pen, oh Lord, and stop writing those songs. Actually, Lord, you pick it up and give them the new songs, oh God. Give them the new producers to work with, oh God. Yes, oh God, give them new songs, give them new hooks, oh God. But actually also for those playwrights, oh God, those film writers, oh Lord, and directors, oh God, that you would give them a new stories, oh God. Give them stories that are not perverted, oh God. Give them clean stories, oh God, that they may be able to show amazing things, oh Lord, on the other side, oh God. Ask Lord Jesus that anybody that have anything gangster wise, oh God, ask Lord to transform that story, keep the essence of it, but change the message a little bit, oh God, and change the outcome, oh Lord, to where it's hope, oh God. Ask Lord those actors, oh Lord, who are struggling, Lord, to land those auditions, oh God, that you would speak to them through dreams, oh Lord, through videos, oh God, and show them the things they need to work on to become better. And even the ones that's not been working out, oh Lord, for acting, oh God, give them the opportunity to do things for set design and costume, oh God. Give them that gift of doing makeup, oh God. Get them open up doors that way, oh God. Let them know there's other ways, and actually, Lord, allow them not to be compromised in the midst of doing these things, oh God. Create in them, oh Lord, a clean heart, oh Lord, and remove their minds and spirits right now, God. These things we actually do for them all. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Amen.
That is the
Amen.
final words.
Much. Thank you. Thank you so
You got it,
much.
my sister.
And then if someone wants to reach out to you, DP, is the best place to reach out if they have a project they want you to help with, or if they want to, like what's the best way for them to reach you? Or
Yes. Demarco Plays on DP Demarco Plays on Instagram, DP Demarco Plays on Facebook. And Jason is my homegirl, man. So if you're really, really serious about having conversation, go through my sister. She has a direct line to me, and I love to have a conversation. Okay.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, DP. I
Got it.
appreciate it.
Looking
Thank
forward to next week.
All right. See you soon.
Yeah, God bless you, sis. All right.
All
Peace.
right. Thank you. God bless you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye. Make sure you guys reach out to him. There it is, DP. Demarco Plays one at gmail.com, but he has a couple others. But yeah, reach out to me too, and I can connect you guys as well. But I'm so just excited. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. That right there was a whole it's a whole it resonates. Like he dropped a lot of gem. And even if you're not an artist, that somebody needed to hear that. I needed to hear that. You needed to hear that. So thank you so much again, DP, for those amazing words. But signing out, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you. And we love you. And we signing out. We'll see you soon.